Hey guys, Aqua Duelist here. I want to apologize that the camera is slightly moving. I don't have a stand yet for this, but we're gonna jump right into this deck profile. So this isn't a standard dinomist deck. I call this like dinomist turbo, I guess, in a way. Because we do run I do run a lot of, I guess, pendulum engines, a good bit of them, and the whole idea is you turbo out, you consistently make Skull Dread, Infinity, and totally awesome Bahamut Shark turn 1. I've been playtesting this deck for months. I started originally playing these back in January this year, and it's kind of all I've been playing for since then, for the most part. And I've done so many builds of this, but this is what I call the turbo build. A bit less control, aggressive control like typical Dinomist decks, and more focused on negates to try to keep up with like the meta and such. Alright, but we're gonna jump right into this. Alright, so we run 3 Duelist Veterans. What he does is when he destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can search for a dinomist monster. Also, the scale effects are all the same on them. Essentially, with the level 3s, if a dinomist card you control be destroyed by battle, destroy this card instead. And then the level 6s, if they would, you can negate a card effect that targets another dinomist monster you control, destroy this card. So they do have ways to essentially float. But standard 3 Veteran, standard 3 Plethos. When he's on the field, his effect is all monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack for each dinomist card you control. So that includes scales, and if you had dinomist charge in the back row, that also counts. Most people don't really realize that. 3 Ceratops. Most people usually run 2 from what I see. We're running 3 just because it is another target for Hamster. His effect: if all the monsters you control are Dinomist monsters and you don't control a Ceratops, you can special summon him from your hand. Essentially a free summon. We run 3 Rex. The reason why I run 3 is because I wanted to make up for the little bit of loss of like a control that Dinomists typically have. His effect is you can tribute a Dinomist monster. You can do it twice, by the way. So you can get both effects. But if he does battle, you can tribute a Dinomist monster, and he can make a second attack in a row. And if he destroys a monster's defense position, inflict piercing damage. Meh. His other effect, though, is you take a card from your opponent's hand at random or on the field, shuffle it back in your deck. Pretty good. This was a last second edit. I had Dinomist bounce at 2, and I just bumped him down to 1 as a last second edit, as I am going to go to some locals here soon. Play with some of my friends. Enter duel against some of my friends and such. But I bumped him down to 2 because although he is my favorite dinomist monster, and a major game ender, in this build, I just found that 2 wasn't needed as much. Plus, I can easily search him if I really need him. But his effect is you can tribute a dinomist monster and gain one of these effects. You can tribute 2 and gain both. He can attack twice for 1 effect, and his other effect, he can attack your opponent directly. So you tribute 2 dinomist monsters. That's 5k to the face. Most people struggle with this card, and in older builds, this won me so many games. That is it for the dinomist monsters. Next, we're playing the symphonic engine. What you do here is you put guitar and scale, discard a card you control, card you control from your hand, special summon Mike from the deck, and when he's special summoned, you gain an additional normal summon. I also did edit alter the arts on these. I made the disc red, and I put like a black highlight around his head. I did this because I originally saw the eyes on this little guy, and I was like, it just reminded me of the T-51s from Terminator. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make him look like them. But that's our main combo piece is guitar. One of our main combo pieces is guitar. The next big combo piece we run is 3 rescue hamster. I know pendulum decks only typically run them at 1, but we want to run them at 3 just to max out the consistency and make it easier to get him. We're not playing 3 electromites, so we're running him out with 3. His effect, when if he's normal summoned, you tribute him, target 1 monster, level 5 or lower monster in the grave, add him to your hand, or not add him to, not great, I'm butchering this right now. Target 1 face-up pendulum monster in your extra deck, special summon 2 copies of it from your extra deck, or from your main deck. His other effect, if he's in scale, banish him, target 2 pendulum monsters in your extra deck, face up in your extra deck, with the same name, add them to your hand. 3 magical abductor, just another search. Each time a spell card's activated, spell counter on it. If she's in the scale, then you get rid of all 3 get rid of 3 counters on her, and add a pendulum monster from your deck to hand. If she's on the field, same effect, except it's a level 1 spellcaster. So essentially, she can search Joel and Lockbird. 3 Curtain Raiser. Just another counter for this. Free summon. Put it in scale. You control the monsters. Special summon it from the scale. Chronograph Engine. Again, more counters for Magical Abductor and free summon, scale, pop, special summon, Time Gazer Magician. That's it for the pendulum monsters. We run hand traps. We run 3 Droll and Lockbird, best hand trap right now. 2 Ash. I would run 3, I just don't have the space for it. Spells, we run 3 Dinomist Charge. Really good. Search a dinomist monster from your deck, and once per turn, if a dinomist monster you control would go to the extra deck, add to your hand. If you have 2 or 3 on the field, that stacks. Last card, Pod Desires. Standard, everyone runs it. Now for the extra deck, 1 Cleafort Genius. I did alter this. It looks really cool, really creepy. I love it. He's there as a backup. We run 2 Electromites. We really just make 1. That's all that's needed. We have a second one in the deck just in case if something happens to our first one. Skulldread. Sometimes we don't always get his last effect where you draw 4, discard 3. But, still really good to get the free special summon and arrows. 1 Chimera Fleet for, or Chimera Tech Mega Fleet for Gokis. Yeah. Infinity Package. Standard for Dinomist. Bahamut Shark and Totally Awesome, also standard. Utopia Package, just staple. We run 1 Tornado Dragon, also a staple card. 1 Baguska, just another staple. For stall if we needed. 1 Abyss Dweller, mainly for Gokis. And then my last card in my extra deck is Gaga Cowboy. Game Ender, or not Game Ender, couldn't be a Game Ender. And for the time rules, my side deck I'll show you guys. You can run whatever you want in your side deck. Mine is just to counter the meta here. We run 3 Cyber Dragons for the Mega Fleet. We also run 3 Spear Modes, Gokis, Rivalry, the Warlords. My answer to, one of my answers to, Sky Strikers and Dangers. Yeah, can pick them up. Anti-Spell for Sky Strikers and other decks, or other Pendulum decks. And then lastly, 3 Called by the Graves, just to deal with hand traps. And that is essentially my deck profile. I'd also like to give a shout out to the Duelist Jump. They actually just showcased my deck on their channel a little while ago. The only thing is, it was my friend Brandon's version. We kind of somewhat made this deck together, and his version's a little bit different. He has a couple different cards in the extra deck. And I switched out 2 cards in the main deck to play Ash. Go check out his channel and video, or his version of the video. Link will be in description below. Combo video coming up soon. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button. Y'all know what to do.